The Senoi people of Malaysia began every single day the same way. Before work, before food, before anything else, the entire village gathered, and they shared their dreams. Every person, every morning. A child's dream was heard with the same attention as an elder's, because they understood that the night had spoken to each of them differently, and together. Those fragments formed a map no single person could read alone. And then they acted, not eventually, not after thinking about it, immediately. The dream was not analyzed and filed away. It was instructions, a direction, a decision already made by a part of the mind wiser than the part that makes excuses. They woke up, and they moved. Because waiting meant losing the signal to the noise of the day. You have 4 to 6 dreams every single night. That is roughly 2,000 dreams every year. 2,000 worlds built from nothing. 2,000 messages from the deepest part of your own mind. 2,000 chances to understand something about yourself that your waking mind is too busy, too distracted, too logical to see. 2,000 every year. You remember less than 1 per week, which means you are discarding 1,999 of them every year, without knowing what was in them, without knowing what problem they solved, what fear they processed, what answer they contained. Gone. Because you reached for your phone before you reached for your notebook. Sigmund Freud spent his entire career arguing that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. His patients believed him. His colleagues thought he was delusional. They dismissed him the way every age dismisses what it cannot measure, but the patients kept getting better. And 100 years later, neuroscience confirmed what he already knew. Dreams are not noise. They are the deepest signal your mind produces. We just stopped listening. The alarm clock may be one of the most destructive inventions in human history, not because it wakes you, but because of when and how it wakes you. It cuts the sleep cycle at a random point. Mid-dream, mid-processing, mid-repair. Whatever your brain was working on in that final REM cycle, whatever connection it was about to make, whatever answer was seconds away, gone, replaced by a sound designed to cause panic. In Japan, there's a word for dying from overwork, karoshi. It is in the dictionary. It is a recognized medical and legal cause of death, but there is no word for dying from underdreaming, even though the research is just as clear. Chronic dream deprivation destroys immune function, accelerates cognitive decline, increases the risk of depression and early death. We named the overwork. We never named the silence. We medicate insomnia. We medicate anxiety. We medicate depression. All 3. Directly linked to disrupted dream sleep in the research. Not correlated. Linked, and yet the treatment almost never starts with the dream. It starts with the pill, which suppresses the very REM sleep that would have helped process the pain that caused the problem in the first place. We are medicating the symptom of a wound we refuse to look at. Your ancestors did not need a therapist. They had a dream circle. Every morning, every village, every culture on every continent built some version of the same thing. A space where the night could be spoken aloud, where the inner life was treated as real, as important, as worth the time of everyone around you. We replaced that with a 50-minute session once a week, if you can afford it. Same need, 4,000 years later, still unmet. The information was always there, every single night. A vast world built specifically for you by the most sophisticated information processing system ever discovered, running silently above you while you sleep. And every morning you turn away from it. Not because you chose to, because something smaller and colder and easier was waiting at arm's length, and it learned exactly how to get your attention first. 300,000 years. That is how long your ancestors worked with their dreams. Built systems for them. Built temples for them. Built entire cosmologies around what the night was trying to tell them. And then, in the space of a single generation, we decided it was nothing. The longest-running information system in human history. Abandoned. For a device that has existed for 15 years. Tonight is different. If you choose it to be. The notebook is still there. The pen is still there. And somewhere in the hours ahead, your mind will build something no one else has ever seen. Something meant specifically for you. The question is not whether it will come. It always comes. The question is whether you will be ready when it does. The ancient Chinese had a system so simple it requires no technology, no app, no device. Before you sleep, hold one question in your mind, one unresolved thing. Then sleep. When you wake, do not move. Do not reach for anything. Just write. Whatever is there. Whatever fragment remains. Because that fragment is the answer working its way to the surface. 300,000 years of human beings did this. Every generation, every culture, every person who ever lived before you understood that the night was not empty, that it was full, overflowing, and now you stand at the end of that line. The only generation in human history that turned away. The question is whether you will turn back. Right now, in every house on your street. People are dreaming. Different dreams, different worlds, different answers to different questions they do not even know they were asking. The night is full of it. It has always been full of it. 300,000 years of darkness filled with information that disappears at sunrise, unless someone is awake enough to catch it. Every night, your brain builds a world from nothing. It populates it with people, gives them physics, gives them emotion, writes them a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. With no external input, no script, no reference material, just the raw processing power of 300,000 years of human evolution, creating something from absolute silence. For free. Every single night. No artist has ever built anything more complex than what your brain builds for free every night. No filmmaker, no novelist, no architect. The most sophisticated creative act in the known universe happens inside your skull while you're unconscious and costs you nothing. And you wake up and treat it like it was nothing, because no one ever taught you that it was something. And then you wake up, and you reach for your phone. The cold blue light cuts through everything your brain spent the night building. The warm world above begins to dissolve. The connections break. The symbols fade. The answer that was 3 seconds away from reaching your conscious mind retreats back into the dark, where it will try again tomorrow, and the night after that. Patient, persistent, waiting for the morning you finally let it through. Your ancestors are looking at you, not in the past. Right now. In the only way the past can look at the present, through the choices you make with what they built. They built the system. They tested it for 300,000 years. They carved the results into stone so you would not have to start over. And they cannot understand why you would choose the phone over the dream. They genuinely cannot understand it. The dream is still there. It has always been there. It was there for every ancestor who ever lived. For every culture that ever built a temple or sat in a circle or climbed a mountain or held a key over a plate just to catch the moment between worlds. It is there right now, warm, patient, full of everything you have not yet understood about yourself. All you have to do is reach for it before you reach for anything else. The ancient ones knew this, and somewhere deep inside you, so do you.